So I'll answer through how our organization interacts with you guys, because you guys do a great job on those reports. These live events, I love watching them. It's great to see what friends and former colleagues in some cases, and competitors and other companies that we don't even interact with. It's great to see how they're thinking and what they're thinking about. It's tough, this is a tough industry for you guys as well, right? There's a lot of us are used to meeting in person a couple times a year and talking about great ideas and new strategies, and
no
we're not able to do
right
that.
Now.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
There's no conferences. So these live events and the kind of information, the reports and the things that you're sharing through your membership are helpful, right? I mean, we're looking for ideas, and I can't interact with 20 people at a conference now. You've got to find it through research, and I think what you're doing there is fantastic.
I think there's two things that maybe come to mind. One is I personally, and I know a lot of marketers as well, love kind of the no BS, just what's working, what's not working behind the scenes conversation, right? So whether those are curated brand roundtables or whether those are kind of protected case studies or white papers or just conversations, I think people want to know, especially with their peers and non-competitive companies, just what are you trying? And kind of crowdsourcing that knowledge and sharing that information is really important. I think the other thing that might be interesting as a trade organization is just having a unique lens or ability to capture different data sets that your marketing, loyalty marketers are willing to share with you, and publishing that in an anonymized way that kind of brings value. So how many of your members in your trade association have kind of retooled their loyalty program during this era? How many of them have asked their customers about their new preferences and are using that to personalize experiences? Like whatever those topical questions are for your audience, I feel like Loyalty 360 has a really unique opportunity to continue to be the voice of authority with those types of reports and that data.
One thing I would say is that, and this kind of is the response to the earlier part of your question, is as an industry, we don't really need to make anything up. We're in applied science, right? And the world is filled with the 10 ways to do this and the 3 ways to do that. And I would say that we're at a point where we kind of need to move from being a trade to being a science, right? We really know something here, and there's incredibly sophisticated data or software out there, the ability for technology to act on this stuff. There's no reason that we shouldn't. Customers are asking for it. They're giving you permission to use their data. It's a travesty when we don't. We should use the information for good to do the things that they're asking us to do, and simply make their life a whole lot easier, make them feel better about why they're shopping, and bring them together with other like-minded individuals.
I think this is the best time to connect with your customers in a way that we haven't for a long time. And so it's really kind of stepping back from technology in some respects. And the reason I say that is people are willing to share what's important to them from a loyalty standpoint, what matters to them today. And so, we're seeing a lot of companies that are getting on Zoom with their clients and customers. We're working with a video feedback company that is using technology to go out with their video and ask questions of their customers, their vendors, which has been really interesting too, in terms of what would be meaningful to them. And they're able to do that globally, assemble all that information back. And so now you've got kind of the quantitative with the qualitative. So you're actually hearing the voice and doing what we're doing today, where we can see each other, and then you've got the data to back that up as well. So that piece of it, where we've been so incredibly data driven, and we still are today, and data does tell the story, but there is more to the story today. You just have to work a little harder to get there. And that is this connectivity, this emotional loyalty, empathetic view, and using some of that technology to gather that. But that to me today is where the rubber meets the road. And I've been involved in a number of meetings like this, where it's basically customers sitting in their home, and brands asking questions that they've never asked before. And the only other thing I want to say on this, what's been really, really interesting to me is brands have done this, is you've got executives, you've got, the customer experience people, the customer loyalty people, you've got a pretty broad group. And then in terms of customers, you've got a broad group. Some of those meetings almost just turn into a conversation where people are sharing ideas and laughing. And again, it's back to this, look, we're finally some of the walls are starting to come down, and we're trying to help each other through this time, whether it's a brand, it's a customer, it's a vendor, it's Loyalty 360. So leveraging that opportunity, we may never have that opportunity again other than now.